Welcome back for another giveaway video, guys. But first, a couple upcoming events. Don't forget, we've got Emmer and Rye Breaking Bread. We're going to do a collaboration with the totally awesome fine dining, high-level, grain-focused restaurant located down on Rainy Street. Kevin Fink, Tavel Bristol Joseph, amazing chefs over there, amazing owners. Can't wait to collaborate with them. The other event coming up, everybody's talking about it. It's obviously ACL, the next 2 weekends after the Breaking Bread series. It's the first 2 weekends in October. Gonna have a bunch of cool artists there, including Mama Fried, the resurrection of Mama Fried. We'll be doing corn dogs, we'll be doing a bunch of fries, we'll be doing a bunch of barbacoa nacho fries. So make sure you're there. If you're there, make sure you're eating corn dogs. Also, I want to talk about next week. Stay tuned, guys. This is such an awesome video coming out on Monday. It is our flat iron video. It's going to be the definitive process on how we discovered it, what was the inspiration behind it, how we sourced it, how we talked with our purveyor about like actually obtaining it and getting this specific cut. Then we are going to trim it, we're going to season it, we're going to smoke it, and we're going to slice it and serve it. And we also did like a tour in Lockhart. We went to Kreitz, we went to Smitty's with Cole and we got a really cool tour actually of like the basement of Smitty's. So stay tuned for that video. Dropping here on the YouTube channel next week. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share that video. Okay, 2 weeks ago we did pit tour of Big Red, the 1,000 gallon. Last week we did a pit tour of the Chud trailer, the direct heat pit trailer. Now we're doing a tour of Rusty, my favorite trailer, and the one that I'm most familiar with and the one that I don't know how to cook on. So let's go take a tour of that pit. I'll start by saying this is the second trailer and trailer housing that Rusty has had. So the first one, I said in the video a couple weeks ago that I closed the Franklin barbecue book. I went right on Craigslist and I bought a 500 gallon propane tank, decommissioned, on a trailer. It was somebody who started making a smoker and then stopped. I bought it for $500. I bought a 250 gallon tank for $250, and I cut that in half and split the other half with Chris McGee from Briskets. So this firebox is the 250 from that, and then the one that he has over there is the 250 from the other one. So I cut this stuff out in my driveway. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to make my own barbecue pit. I knew that I wanted, like, if I made the pit, that the barbecue itself would taste unique, because everybody's pit, different barbecue pits taste different. Like, you can even build two side by side, almost exactly the same, and fire them with the same wood, and still for some reason they'll just taste and work just like a little bit different. And over time, at a barbecue place, the seasoning that develops inside the pit, which is a combination of the meat used, the seasonings used on that meat, like the actual flavor and seasonings and like the rubs and stuff and whatever you're putting on it, in addition to the smoke, will create a specific like flavor, ambient almost flavor, like inside that barbecue pit. And I wanted something that was unique to us, is what I'm saying. I slapped these two together. I say slapped them together because you'll see how horrible the workmanship on it was. But the point is, we wanted to make a unique pit. We did that. I think we make unique barbecue. The original housing on it was so awful. It was like wooden beams and like the corrugated tin. It was just like barely held together with the worst nails. I mean, the health department came out and laughed at it a couple times. It was completely ridiculous. I'll show you guys in here when we go inside like exactly how small it was, but we had like a tiny little table in there. There was no room at all, and then it was so sketchy every time we had to take it to the health department. Like, we just thought it was going to completely fall apart, and then one day it did. As we passed a health inspection, we were driving back to Cosmic and the entire frame of the pit just collapsed, and it was like very scary and dangerous. Luckily nobody was injured, but the pit trailer was just in complete disarray. So at that point we bought this nice big long 20-foot trailer, and then we went to this place we know with a forklift and lifted up the pit and actually put like a solid frame down and base down. And then we towed it over to Brad's driveway and put up all these metal walls so it wouldn't fall down again, and welded them together and made sure it was nice and straight this time. So this is the second pit trailer that Rusty has ever had. We don't unfortunately have fortunately, the original Chud box on this trailer anymore, but it was on there until about 6 months ago. I think we got a new one in like March. This is an uninsulated firebox. I did that because initially I didn't know how to insulate a firebox, but then also as we started to cook direct heat barbecue, we needed coals to be produced, and so with the amount of wood that this pit goes through at just a 500 gallon, you can burn like a 6-log fire in here and have it cruising at like 250, 275. And then we were able to fire a direct pit with coals just produced here. So normally, like on our burn barrel, like on the tour we did last week, we just put all of that wood and burn all that wood, and that heat, that smoke, that energy just goes up into the air, into the atmosphere. But here we harness that, we cook with it on the offset, and then we take the coals out, and as part of managing our firebox, we use those coals to cook direct heat on it too. So that's why I love this trailer. Obviously because it was built by us, and it's what like initially got us number 5 on Texas Monthly list, but it is a unique way to cook, very symbiotic between the two pits. It's really cool. Let's go inside. Very hot, uninsulated. When I said slapped together, this is what I meant. Like, the two holes didn't match up, so we kind of had to like patch pieces around it, and there's just like so much chunky weld in there. Even going down to like right here, you can see like how much weld is on there, and that's not even the most ridiculous part of this pit. Obviously the doors don't like go down all the way, but we did have Chris McGee, who I talked about, who has the other side of this firebox. He gave me these little door stoppers, but we got some bacon ribs on right now. Not even framed out on the grate, they're just cut. But look at that exchange too. Remember when I said it was really small? And do you see how the top of it is less than the bottom of it? On the other pit, it was about 50-50 all the way across. And then that made that pit, all the air and all the heat like shoots way up. On this one, it goes really even because it starts below the grate and it raises up as it goes across everything that's cooking. More bacon ribs, jowl bacon. That exchange, you can see, starts below, and then this exchange, you can see, is mostly above. So it draws pretty even across the grate, just without knowing what the hell I was doing. I've like built a pretty good barbecue pit. This is also completely ridiculous how all this stuff works over here. I was talking about chunky weld, like look at all this. Like it's not, there's nothing else in there. I didn't know how to cut anything correctly. This is also like a 100-gallon propane tank that I just like slapped here and slapped there. But we also used to have on the old Chud box, the door went up this way, and so we had a chain that we would like hook on right here because we built the doors up. This one's cool too because it locks, and you can do 2. It also has like multiple areas for coal access because we always found it hard to get the coals right here if we were trying to pull them out. Definitely needs a little bit of love as far as a nice rub down with some oil. Okay, that's pit tour of Rusty. That's 3 pit tours in a row. We want to make these giveaway videos like substantive. We want to say something in them that is interesting about the restaurant, that answers questions. So if you guys let us know what you want. Do you want us to do Q&As? Do you want to see something specific about the restaurant? We did like a little bit of inventory stuff. We did a tour of all the pits. Let us know if there's something that we can kind of teach you or just talk about in some of these videos that is, you know, between like 5 and 10 minutes long. We want to keep it short and sweet, but also make it interesting to you guys. So drop your suggestions below. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Always subscribe to the Pitmaster tier, the Patreon, to be entered into weekly giveaways. Now for this week's giveaway, we have some of our garnishes, some of our favorite garnishes here. Of course, our kimchi. It's not just a garnish, it's a side. It goes great on everything barbecue, from Korean short ribs to Texas brisket and beef cheeks. The definitive ingredient, I would say, of a LeRoy and Lewis fold over is the kimchi. Then we also have our pickled red onions. Everybody knows about pickled red onions and barbecue. They go great on everything. Put them in your breakfast tacos in the morning. Put them with your steak or whatever you're gonna eat at night. Put them in your salads. These both go great on everything. And the winner of this week's giveaway is TJ Ferderer, Ferdy's Barbecue. Thank you, TJ, for all your support. Hope you're doing well up there. Don't forget, subscribe to the Pitmaster tier of our Patreon. You also get first access to all of our videos. That's where they drop first. They drop about 2 months before they premiere here on YouTube. So you're getting first access to our videos, and you get also entered into weekly giveaways for things like kimchi, pickled onions. Sometimes we give away meat on this channel, all kinds of different products and sauces and rubs and everything. So don't forget, subscribe to the Master Tier of the Patreon, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, comment down below. Thank you guys.